Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here from Careers on Vacation. I have Tiffany from Tiffany's Travel, one of my recent grads from the Careers on Vacation program. Tiffany, how are you this morning?
Doing good.
Good. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your experience. You graduated just really a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've been watching your Facebook feed. You're traveling all over. You're going all these places. You know, all this cool stuff happening. So just share with the audience, like, where was your business before taking Careers on Vacation, and where is it now that you've been through the program?
So I was brand new. I had been playing around with the idea, actually, probably since high school, to tell you the truth. I did go to travel school, but I ended up being a flight attendant instead. And then I worked for hotels and event management and stuff. And I just needed a break from all that. It was like just crazy because I missed the travel. Like I wanted to go and have some fun and enjoy it. And I'm lucky enough that I have a wonderful husband. Yeah, so I was brand new. I actually found you off YouTube and just playing around. So, and just kind of talked to you guys and looked into the research just a little bit more. Found a host agency that I do love. And I started in January. So yeah, I signed up, started, and hit the ground running. And I have, actually made income, and I made enough to pay for all of you guys. I made enough to pay for 3 conferences and a couple more trips that I'm just going to take for fun.
Yay, I love that. So just graduated, already paid back your investment on the program. Plus you paid for 3 conferences on top of that, plus you have trips planned. And just to add to that, now you know how to use everything we taught you going forward every month for the rest of your life.
Yes. And once you do like a few of them, you're just like, you set it up to yourself. So, I mean, it does work. I mean, I was amazed, like it took me a little bit to get everything like in order. but yeah, in my binder, I have my big old binder.
I loved your level of organization through the course, which is amazing. And you're right, it's like, it is a lot. Like if you are doing it all on your own, it can be really tough. So that's amazing. And I usually ask you, what's your biggest win or celebration? So is there anything else besides getting all of your return investment back, already paying for 3 conferences and already having trips that you want to share?
Big wins. Actually, showing my husband the first check was probably my biggest win. Like, because he's just like, sure, okay, let's try this, and we'll see how that works.
Sure, honey, let's see.
Well, and he was just like, find yourself. Like, I get that you need to, and I get that, travel is just part of, if I don't travel, like, it's just not fun around my house. So I just need it. So yeah, but showing him the first check and then showing him another check and then being able to go to the conferences and not have him work out the whole bill or anything like that has been very nice.
100%, because I tell people all the time, like, you can follow your bliss, but unless the abundance piece is there, like that makes a big difference. That's awesome. So one of the things we do in the program is really try to get you to think like an entrepreneur, get your mindset in the right place so you can up level and do these things that you've already accomplished being a recent graduate. But how did the mindset work impact you personally as you went through the program?
I think it worked a lot with me because mine is, beforehand, it was always about everyone else. It was about the kids being where they needed to be. My husband, he's a pilot, so he's traveling a lot. So I always have to keep all that organized. I didn't really even plan anything for myself. So learning to do that and learning to schedule time out for the family, time out for the business, and just tell myself every day that I'm doing the right thing. And then see that it pays off, because it did take going back and reading our little cards of affirmation and everything of like, okay, I'm doing this. And I always keep it kind of on my desk, and I have a little box that I rotate them periodically, like, okay, this is going to be good. I'm going to do it today. So it really has helped. It helps with the mind. It helps you be positive enough to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and getting clear on your vision. And you were, the mastermind format is great because you have other people in the group. You were you were like, you can do it. You were like, once that click happened, I feel like you were like a assistant teacher right in there going, hey, I was there. And you were always super, super positive. And that for sure goes a long way. So, but I want to take you back to the beginning, because you, Miss Tiffany, were not someone who was like, found me on YouTube and you're like, I got to work with Cyndi right now. Here's my credit card. No, you asked a zillion questions, which is good. We love due diligence, but I want you to tell everyone, like, what was that experience? Like, was it hard for you to jump in? What was that whole process like for you personally?
For personally, it was, I was very used to, I don't know, knowing for sure, like, okay, if I do all this work, it's going to pay off no matter what. I took the leap of faith for it, because I was just like, okay, I heard it. I talked to a few friends that are actually local girls, and one does really good and the other one's like, I don't even know why you would bother. So, I mean, it was kind of like a 50-50, but talking to you guys, talking to the girls that are on our group page and stuff like that, and really just like, you know what, I can do this. Like, I know I can. And if there's a way that I know will get me through all the little stuff that I don't want to make mistakes on. I was in real estate, so own my kind of small business, and I know making all the little mistakes. Like, I didn't want to do that at the beginning, because I don't think I would have stuck with it if I made all the little mistakes. Yes. So I was glad that this took us step by step from the beginning to the end of setting up a wonderful business plan and all the other little stuff that you need in between. So it was really nice.
Yeah. And you wanted to skip over, because you can make a lot of mistakes. Like you said at the top of the call, like, it was a lot. It's a lot to put together. And I always refer back to our Lego video. It's like a box of Legos and we're like, build a castle, right?
Well, and marketing online and learning how to do all that when you're used to being able to just go out and talk to someone like face to face. That is a little bit easier to sell than marketing yourself online to people across the country, not just your local little town, because your little town is not going to be the only thing that supports you. Yeah. So yeah, you have to be able to branch out and learn all the new stuff. Learning the computer, learning all that fun stuff is not fun all the time, but I got through it.
Yeah, and setting up the architecture properly, it sets you up for success or failure, really, because it's one thing you're learning to be a new travel agent. The other thing is you were learning how to be an online business owner. And if you are really trying to do it serious, like, you're not trying to just, and no judgment, a lot of people take the program that are part-time and it's a second career, but you're like, Cyndi, we want to do this full-time. I want to make this something I transition into. So skipping the 3 to 5 years, you know, in terms of the all the trial and error, like when you're a realtor, you make a lot of mistakes, learn from that one, you move on. It's that roadmap piece. And but I loved that at the beginning you asked a lot of questions. We encourage people to do that because it shouldn't feel easy. It is work to do the program.
Your logo, the logo I think was my and I actually had it set before I started the class, but those first 2 months before I started the class, because I was still asking questions even in January, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but I want to have a few things in place first. Yeah. So I did the logo without the class, and I wish I did the logo with the class, because I might have even.
See, I was just gonna say that's such a good question. You bring up a good point, because I remember I don't remember who you spoke with on the team, but you signed up for like 3 months. So that's a perfect question. If you had it to do over again, would you have started right away?
I probably would have started right away, because I wouldn't have had to, and I did make a few little mistakes at the very beginning, because I was just like, oh, I should have probably done that before I did this. Like, so yeah, I would have started it a little bit earlier, but I thought I needed all this other stuff in place, and I really didn't. If you want to start from day one, starting your business, start the class at day one, because I ended up skipping a few weeks. But then I went back and looked at everything, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't do all that right. So we're going to stop and go back over all this. So yeah, no, it's definitely been helpful all the way around.
Yeah, and either way, it turned out great for you. But that's one of those things where people get that hesitation, and it's like, if you don't want to redo stuff, you know, but it ended up great for you either way. And it's not like you put it off 6 months. It was one of the like 90 days or something like that. So it was good in the end. But that's just a note for everyone. Like, don't wait to be successful. Like, don't wait. Like, it is a complete roadmap, and that's what we really pride ourselves on. But what would you tell, last question, and then I want to talk about your fun trip recently, but would you recommend, what would you say to that person that's on the fence like you were? You're like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? You're talking to people who aren't successful, talking to people who are successful. You know, we're kind of like the secret, you know, of the travel industry. Like the, you know, the people who use us know, and they don't necessarily brag about it because they don't want other people to know the secret, but there's enough abundance for everyone. But what would you tell that person that was sitting in your shoes and they're nervous, they know they need it, but they're just frozen?
I think the biggest thing that I came away, other than the business plan, the class is a great business plan, but the networking that we have with people who have taken your class and the amount that there's newbies, there's veterans, we all support each other even afterwards. The grad class, like just the Facebook page alone, even if it's, as I call it, I'm like, okay, I'm asking a dumb question, but it's not, because there's other ones popping in on saying, oh, I was thinking of the same thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the support network that we have, and even you, like I've called you, I've called Stephanie, I've messaged you Facebook wise, like, should I do this? So I mean, the support and knowing that you have that no matter what, even continuing after the class, I think has been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, and that really is a big deal because we run these businesses from home or while we travel the world. We always say, right, they're portable businesses, but it can feel very isolating if you don't have that community, if you don't have that family. And, you know, first phase is in the program. Second phase is we don't just go, thanks, good luck to you. It's creating that grad community. And, you know, we post different trainings in there from time to time as we update things, keep you guys updated. And then our gold diggers, of course, all that fun stuff that people can do on an annual basis once they go through the program. But that's awesome. And you were just at a travel conference with, and so you got to connect with some of our graduates there. Tell everybody quick about that fun event that you did.
It was kind of funny because, you know, like I said at the beginning, like I watched all the YouTube videos and I watched all the stuff that I could find, and I looked on Facebook, and actually meeting the girls that are on the videos was a little surreal because I was like, oh, and they're just like, no, we're new like you. And I was just like, I don't know that you are. Like, I see you, like, and I kept rewatching them and then realizing that they're actually in some of the same spots that I'm in. It was kind of nice, and they were amazing. Like we hung out the whole time. I love the conference. The hotel was amazing that we were at. You know, we all wanted to go out still afterwards, had a little too much fun every night. But that was, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, there are careers on vacation superstars, because the YouTube channel and now with the TV show on Roku and Amazon, as people are like, I've seen this. I had someone walk up to us at VidCon, they're like, I've been watching you on, I'm like, whoa, who are you? That's kind of surreal, right? That's so fun.
Oh yeah, no, they were amazing, and I'm still chatting with them every day. Like, I've had a few just call in why we're on this call, so it's kind of funny. So yeah, no, I loved it. I loved everything about this whole program.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, guys, listen, if you are in the same spot Tiffany was in just a few months ago, I mean, let's just recap. She leaned in, it felt nervous. If she, you know, she asked a lot of questions, great. But 12 weeks later, she has got her full return on investment in what she did for the program. How many, 3 conferences you've paid for?
3
Showed her first check to her husband. It was like, honey, I'm making money. And that is literally just at the point of graduating. But now she can go again and again and replicate making that money again and again and again and again and again for the rest of her life, because now she knows all this insider scoop on how to run an online business. She fast forwarded and skipped over the mistakes she could have made, got the roadmap, and most importantly to her and to us is she's part of the Careers on Vacation family now. So in the grad group and Friends for Life, we have you over there. So we'll be in touch.
Well, and I'll see you, and yeah, Gold Diggers in New Orleans. I'll be there. So that's my third conference.
So I'm going to see you in September. Oh, look, I have my little mug today.
Oh,
our new purple color, and I know you're teal, so we'll save a teal one for your branding. I'm getting a little glare here because of our studio lights.
I know, mine is glare teal.
Yes, so you would love the teal, and those are so cute. So we'll either, or we could give you a pink one or a purple one to match, and then you can have one of each on your shelf. But that's awesome. Well, we'll see you at the Gold Digger retreat in September. And guys, click the link below if you want to apply for the Careers on Vacation program. We'd love to work with you and make you our next success story, just like Tiffany was in the past 90 days. So thanks for sharing your story, Tiffany, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.